oh, I banged 100 men in 12 hours. Well, who cares? You already did 1,000, right? We don't care anymore. There's got to be the escalation. There's got to be risk. There's got to be danger. There's got to be the possibility of arrest, physical harm. This is the treadmill that she's got herself on now.
She is the ultimate final boss of fourth wave feminism. And now what you see is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. For the record, and I have the definitive proof right here, this was brought to my attention also by One Topher Field. So he's a step in front of me. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show, not Abby, oh my God, she's on my brain. What's her name? Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue.
Has been arrested in Indonesia. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the old Schapelle Corby trial and things like that. Of all the places you don't want to get arrested for things like prostitution and pornography, I'd say Indonesia is probably one of them, given it's a Muslim country.
Yeah. It's amazing, though, how many people go to Bali and don't actually comprehend that Bali is a part of Indonesia. Indonesia is an extremely conservative Muslim country. They execute people for things that over here we go, right? So yeah, don't fuck around over there. That's not the place to do it.
Yeah, I find it like kind of ridiculous that she was that silly. And I think this is what happens with a lot of celebrities or influencers or public figures is they eventually get so emboldened. And I don't know if it's a level of narcissism or it's just like this overconfidence. They get sort of drunk on their own Kool-Aid and they overplay their hand. And this one, to me, to any sane, rational person, like I'm not cheering for Bonnie in any way, shape or form, but that just like seems like blanket stupidity. Like, are you dumb? Like, she already has money. She's already making money. Why the outrageous stunt where you're likely to have something like this happen?
Okay, because she got onto this conveyor belt where escalation is the only option. You know, she could turn around now and go, oh, I banged 100 men in 12 hours. Well, who cares? You already did 1,000, right? We don't care anymore. There's got to be the escalation. There's got to be risk. There's got to be danger. There's got to be the possibility of arrest, physical harm. This is the treadmill that she's got herself on now.
Yeah.
That's her entire brand. And the minute she chooses to step off that treadmill, she disappears instantly into irrelevance, or worse for her, because this is what happens with strippers and prostitutes and even people who are always gold diggers, etc. Is they've always got to watch over their shoulder for someone younger, prettier, more of a risk taker, someone who's willing to do the thing that they drew the line on. They used to be the edgiest. They used to be the one that got all the attention, and they didn't have to do everything because they were just willing to do that one more thing than the person before. Now in the world of OnlyFans and social media, you're competing on a worldwide stage, and you've got to be more outrageous than literally the next most outrageous human being. How do you maintain that?
She hadn't been in the news cycle for ages. And I mean, I actually make this point in I did a part 2 to my reel from last week. And because I was trying to sort of, like I said, you get 3 minutes. I'm trying to steer people into a conversation that we need to have. If we want to know why people these days are where we're at, we need to have a look at the culture that we've been surrounded by and who's making these decisions and who's upholding these people. And the fact that we know who Bonnie Blue is pretty outrageous in itself. She broke the cultural zeitgeist. She made her way in there. And I mean, as a marketer or as someone that looks at it from an advertising perspective, I'd say it's fairly brilliant. I don't like saying that, but she did it. She was able to do it. Exactly. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. But the only reason a Bonnie Blue exists, and we've had this argument before, is because we've gone so far down this fourth wave feminism. She is the ultimate final boss of fourth wave feminism. And now what you see is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I mean, I hope she's okay. Like, I don't want to see anyone thrown into an Indonesian prison for like another Schapelle Corby, because I think that could be a truly terrifying result for her, given what she.
I also don't want her to get the sympathy. I don't want her to have the sympathy vote.
No, that as well. I mean, this is I feel like when it comes to pop culture and culture in general, we are in that final circle of the drain. Like, we're literally like, I said this last week, and I'm trying not to say the same thing, but we're circling the drain. We're almost about to go down. And maybe that's the best thing. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, people have said that about the economy, and I've been guilty of saying that about the economy over literally decades. Oh, it can't get, like, the debt can't get any bigger. Like, we've got to be right on the edge of the collapse. And then it manages to lumber its way along and not quite collapse and find another, couple of $1 billion worth of debt, and on it goes. When the US debt hit $1 trillion for the first time, people were saying, well, this is unsustainable. It can't be coming in. What is it now? 30 something trillion, I think it is. It is amazing. Just when you think it can't get any worse, someone figures out how. I don't think there's anything about our current state that dictates that we're about to have some kind of a go down the drain experience. I think we can continue to spiral for a lot longer. We are still nowhere near Venezuela, and even in Venezuela, yes, that's right, everybody. Here we go.
I've got nothing left.
Even in Venezuela, there were people defending the status quo. There were people defending the government. Yes, the elections are rigged, but having said that, there are a lot of people that do support the socialist government there, despite everything that's happened. There's nothing inherent about our situation that requires there to be an awakening. It can literally just get worse. And that's why I do what I do, is to actually try and engineer that awakening, because it's not automatic that it will happen.
Well, you've survived another episode and you're still here watching, so at this point you should probably go and subscribe, and if you don't, you are going to be at the wrath of Spicy Carls. And whilst you're there, empty your pockets, there's a buy us a coffee button, and would really appreciate it so that I can show up every day and just make Topher's life an absolute living hell. Much appreciated.